Welcome to episode 533 of the VIG Lounge, where the Killer Bee is continuing the F1 World Tour as we make our second stop of the season here at Shanghai. Can the Killer Bee be flying high in Shanghai? There's only one way to find out. Before we do that, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. With housekeeping out of the way, let's jump right in to F1 2026 World Tour Round 2, the Chinese Grand Prix. I know I normally do fairly well in China, so I'm hopefully looking for a relatively easy race, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Always has these wide sweeping corners. So far, so good. Kind of hitting the rumble strips maybe a little more than I would like. Kind of ease off a wee bit. So far, we're doing pretty well.
Fantastic, you've got pole position.
All right, we're starting on pole. The Killer Bee is flying high.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
And Jacques Villeneuve is in the top 5 as well. That's excellent. Now we'll move on to the race and see who has the distinction of racing dead last. I believe it was Colapinto last time.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. Good afternoon, everybody. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the back straight before the cars brake into the tight hairpin at turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race.
Starting on pole, baby.
And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Villeneuve, Lando Norris, and Sainz, Russell, Ocon, Hamilton, and Alex Albon, Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, and Bortoletto, Hülkenberg, Hadjar, Franco Colapinto, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Lawson, Stroll, Behrman, and Yuki Tsunoda rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
That's why I say I wish they had the updates, because we don't have DRS anymore, as the cars have changed, and there are some other drivers that are behind the wheel this time instead of a few others, but be it as it may, it's what we're stuck with. Okay, I was kind of worried I wasn't going to get away well there, but it looks like I did. So the lights out, and away we go. You got to watch out for the right-hander. And we have a nice smooth drive, at least for now. A drive to survive, if you will. Much smoother than my last race in Australia, but be that as it may, we made it through. I know the season's going to be shorter this year, unfortunately, too, thanks to the conflict in Iran, which the U.S. should not have any part of, in my opinion. But that's all I'm going to say about that. We're not going to see races in Bahrain and the other Middle Eastern races as well, is my understanding. So it's a shame that those fans lose out because of something they never asked to be a part of.
Now use DRS. DRS now available.
Okay, we got ourselves a little over a 3-second lead. And we've got a clean lap as well, which makes sense because we've had nobody to pass. So. Oh, there we go. Doing pretty good. Got to be wary of this left-hander. Oh yeah, we're doing all right. Looks like it's gonna rain in here too. It's not just a really cloudy day as we race here in Shanghai. Of course, I've got plenty of time to do this before the race starts, considering it starts at almost 3 a.m. Eastern, so I'm going to be recording that one, safe to say.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Sweet. Gotta keep my eyes on the track though, because I don't want him to overshoot the corner. Big 5-second lead now. Villeneuve holding steady in fourth. Would love to see Killer B podium, but we'll have to see if that'll occur or not. Driving nice and smooth right now. That's why I haven't really been saying much. Gotta concentrate so I don't break the rhythm that I'm in. Lap 4 or 5. Yeah, let's slow down just a tad. I'm drifting a little more than I would like.
Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
All right, we got one more lap to go.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.9 seconds.
Man, I wonder if I'm going to get double digits here by the end. With one more lap, we'll have to see. I'm doing quite well. 50% difficulty, but that's why I say some tracks I do way better than others. I had a rough go of it trying to keep the car on track in Australia. Thankfully I did. But, you know, Shanghai for me was a lot smoother. We're doing quite well. No real sign of immediate threat or anything like that, so I think we're going to have a nice cruise on to victory here on the final lap. Not quite up to 10-second gap just yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, there it is. 10 seconds ahead. Started from pole, led every lap. Definitely the Killer Bee was flying high in Shanghai. And driver of the day, all right.
It's a performance to be proud of from our Chinese Grand Prix winners here today.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now.
All right, Leclerc, Verstappen. There's our crew, who should be in yellow, by the way. I'm upset that they're not. $975 total experience. I'll take that.
Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Yeah, we got ourselves a win. Jacques Villeneuve stayed steady. And then Charles Leclerc lost one place. But what matters most is we started first and finished first. The Killer Bee, once again, was flying high in Shanghai. This is the last time I'm going to say that because I'm sure it's driving you guys nuts, but It's my stream, so I'll do what I want. Thank you all sincerely from the bottom of my heart for tuning in to this episode of the VIG Lounge. Once more, I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987. And until next time, I bid you adieu. Have yourselves a satisfying Saturday, everybody.